Hello, lovely students and IELTS candidates. Welcome to my channel, IELTS with Ralph. This is my first video on my YouTube channel. And today we're going to work on IELTS writing task 1, the introduction part, actually not the introduction of task 1. This video is going to be a little introduction about how your score actually is given to you in task 1 academic writing, and how the examiner actually assess your writing. So we will actually work a little bit about 4 criteria that you will be given your band score. But before that, you should remember that in writing task 1 academic writing, you have to write 150 words minimum, but I suggest you writing around 180 or 190 words, and the contribution of your writing score is 33%. Remember, this is very important. Task 2 score is double. For example, if you get 8 in task 2 and you get 7 in task 1, therefore your overall score in writing will be 7 plus 8 plus 8, and the overall number will be your band score in writing. And you have 20 minutes to write task 1 academic writing. So if you want to use your time correctly, I suggest you, first of all, you should dedicate around, let's say, 3 to 4 minutes to planning. Planning is very important. In our next parts, we will work more on how to plan your writing. And then you will have around 13 to 15 minutes working on writing, all right? And the last 2 or 3 minutes will be the time that you will have in order to have a kind of review or correcting any mistakes. And remember, this is very important, since so many students, when they are so much under a lot of stress, they maybe have kind of grammatical mistakes, or maybe mistakes related to punctuation. And when they review their writing, they get to know that they have actually mistaken some parts. So you should dedicate around 2 or 3 minutes of your writing to reviewing or correcting any mistakes you have had. All right, there are 4 areas that the examiner will give score to your writing. The first one is task achievement. The second one is coherence and cohesion. The third one is lexical resource, and the last one is grammatical range and accuracy. Remember, in these 4 areas, the examiner will give you a score from 0 to 9, all right? For example, maybe in lexical resource, in wide use of vocabularies, you will get 8. In grammatical resources, grammatical range, you will get something around 9. In coherence and cohesion, you get 6, and in task achievement, you get 8. So the overall of these 4 scores will be the score you will be given in IELTS writing task 1. So be very careful about these 4 areas. Now let's talk a little bit about task achievement. What is task achievement? Very, very important part in IELTS writing task 1, in which I have seen so many candidates let's say, have some kind of problems related to task achievement, and they do not know exactly what task achievement is. So you should be very careful. Task achievement for, what I'm saying is about band score 7, 7.5, and 8, right? So the first thing you should remember is that task achievement covers the requirements of the task. So what does it mean? It means that you fully answer the question, all right? You do not answer a different question. All the things you say, all the data you provide in your writing is related to the question. Nothing extra, all right? And it also in task achievement, you should also present a kind of clear overview of the main trends. All right. So this is very important. It makes your report easy to understand and easy to follow. So clear overview is a must in your task 1 IELTS writing, academic writing. And in our next part, in our forthcoming parts, we will delve into overview, and we will actually work on how to write a clear overview of your writing. And the next thing related to task achievement is that your writing clearly presents and highlights key features, or let's say bullet points. So you should be very careful about choosing the right data in your chart, diagram, pie chart, or anything it is. So you will be given a lot of information that not all these information actually are necessary to use in your IELTS writing. All right. So you should be very careful in this part, how to choose the main actually data that the examiner is looking for it. Next part is coherence and cohesion. So what is coherence and cohesion? It means that you logically organize information, right, and ideas. For example, there is a clear progression throughout your writing. So when I read it, I can follow step by step what's going to be discussed, right? So, and you should use cohesive devices. And although there may be kind of underuse or overuse in, for example, 7 or 7.5 score, but you should use a wide range of cohesive devices. So cohesive devices or linking words show the progress of your report, and I can logically see, for example, the next sentence is going to discuss this and this and this. So these linking words and cohesive devices are very, very important. And the next one is lexical resource. So you should be able to use a sufficient range of vocabulary to allow a kind of precision or flexibility into your writing. And also you should use less common lexical items with some awareness of style and collocation. So collocation is very, very important. And in band score 7 or 7.5, you may produce kind of occasional errors in word choice, okay? Or maybe it can be word formation or spelling. So you may have occasional errors. But remember that in band score 8 or 8.5, errors should be minimum. All right. So maybe there are 2 approximately errors in grammar, or maybe use of collocation or words. And the last part is grammatical range and accuracy. So you should be able to use a variety of complex structures, compound, complex structures that we will cover in our next sessions. And you should have a good control of grammar, of punctuation, and you may have very few errors. Remember, in grammar, maybe 1 or 2 grammatical mistakes if you want to get 7.5, right? So these are 4 areas that the examiner will score your writing. And on answer sheet, on the bottom of the answer sheet, you will see that these 4 areas are marked there, and the examiner will give each of these areas the score, and the overall score will be your score in IELTS writing task 1. All right, so I hope that this session will suit you well, and I have answered some questions related to how your writing is assessed in IELTS. On our next part, actually our next part will be 4 types of question in IELTS Writing Task 1. We will delve into different kinds of questions. And then after that, we will go to work on these 4 areas. We'll work on coherence and cohesion. We'll work on grammar, special grammar that you need to get high score. About lexical resources, we will cover so many words, vocabularies, collocations that are, let's say, necessary for you to know in order to get high score. And also we'll work on task achievement, and that's it. So I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. So if you have any question, you can just ask in comments, and I will kindly answer all your questions. Goodbye.